Hey guys, this is Austin the Doctor, and welcome back to another How Not to Summon a Demon Lord episode review. This is episode 9, and I'm just gonna say from the beginning, there was a lot of things that were missing that were in the manga that actually would have made this episode extremely well done, and it would kind of further the building that it needs for the next arc, or the arc that's gonna happen. But anyways, from that complaint, we see actually Alicia kind of hunt this knight down, and she's basically killed a whole bunch of knights, and that was true to the manga, but there was a scene that right after that was completely cut, which I was a little upset about, and she says the race should be wiped out. I'm like, oh, okay. Then we see Sadara, or how they pronounce it in here, Saladar, and like a group of people are dead at like a village that was completely wiped out. Then we see Alicia return back to the castle, and they took another scene out where, I'll save that for the end, but we finally meet, Saladar, and he's a holy knight. Then he goes and kind of, you can tell Alicia and him don't really have a very good trusting with each other, and Alicia is returning back to Faltra, which is the city, or the town that, Diablo and them are at, and Saladar wants to go with her, and Saladar talks about a prophecy that he heard from the higher-ups that there's omens of the Demon Lord's revival in the western city, which is where the city, they're going to be going to, obviously. But we have a cut back to Rem, Shira, and Diablo, and Shira is trying to kind of summon a creature, and she summons a turkey shot, and the one thing, they cut out a very cute moment, but then again, it wasn't really important, so I can understand that, but the turkey shot, you're wondering, what ability does it have if you already watch it, but I'll tell you anyways. It has the ability to give the summoner its, vision from itself, like it flying. And it was pretty cool, and we find out a magic stone is needed to forge the pack in an enslavement ritual that, obviously what happened with Rem and Shira with Diablo, but we see that Rem gives Diablo a stone, and this is setting up for a thing later on I won't say, but Diablo actually tells Shira that it's a good match, her and the turkey shot, and basically to test her out with how she can work with it, since she is an archer. And Diablo throws a coin all the way somewhere else, and Shira uses the turkey shot to go find the stone and use its vision, and she hits the coin. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Then Shira tells that Rem smells, and she suggests, oh, maybe we all should take a bath together. And I'm like, oh, they put this scene in it. I was very happy, and we learn about the Patharans, or the animal people, don't actually sweat. Their sweat does not actually smell, according to Rem. That's what Rem says. That's why they don't really like taking baths. And of course, they don't like taking baths. She is a cat, kind of thing. But yeah, I know my good old little cat doesn't like that. But it's kind of sad because the censorship for this scene was hilarious, and they didn't really show it. And I kind of wish they did input that into this, because it's one of those hilarious ones. I get, yeah, it's going to be uncensored, but it's one of those, if they were going to do it in the uncensored version that Crunchyroll gets, and I would have loved it, but we didn't get that. But we see Elgard actually show back up, and she came to talk with them. She basically confirms that Rem has the Demon Lord in her, and she spills a secret out, and Greenwood was like, what? Then Rem, talks about it, and after Edelgard suggests a ritual to summon, Krem out of Rem without, Rem dying or hurting her. And Diablo agrees to the ritual, and the ritual is going to start in 3 days. And of course, we have a cut to 3 days later. Diablo, Rem, and Shara return back to the town, and they're kind of at this cat cafe. And this is where I was a little confused, but I'm going to explain it after I'm done with this whole talking. But Alicia shows up, and Alicia tells Diablo about Saladar, a knight that is over a level 100, and Diablo is like, oh, so he's on, Galford's level or better. And Saladar actually puts people through torture if he believes that they worship the Demon Lord until they admit they, actually worship them. And it doesn't even matter if they don't, it's just he falsely accuses. And this kind of goes back to the days of how, kind of like in the Salem witch trials, if you were accused of a witch, you would get killed or tested to be one, or back in the days, it's kind of like that, actually. It's a nice little touch. I actually really do like that. But anyways, we see Alicia kind of try to avoid Saladar, even though she runs right into him. even though that was actually supposed to happen in the cafe, but that's another discussion for after this. And we see how, you know, Diablo didn't think anything through, to say the least, because he introduces himself as the Demon Lord to Salder, and Salder laughs, then he gets serious, and basically Rem starts to call out to Salder and yell at him, and Salder tells Rem to basically shut up because she's a slave, and he silences her with his magic and says it's God's work. Diablo calls him out and saying, no, you just performed a spell on her, and he was surprised, and Salder tries to turn Diablo into stone, but of course, Diablo has that ring that deflects magic, and it deflects, and Salder turns into stone, and he gets carried away by his members, and Alicia is like, do you sure you want to leave him alive? And I'm not going to say anything about that part, but the only thing I can say is Diablo doesn't want to kill people at the end of the day. I think that's a very good, turn of events for once in a while. But we see Diablo, Rem, and Shara kind of talking about if they should tell Alicia. Diablo is against it, but Rem is for it. And Alicia, basically they tell Alicia what's going on, and they all start to hug it out, and Diablo senses something off about Alicia. It's kind of like fake, and this is building up for another thing, but they all... Obviously, Eldegard is at the Starfall Tower. They're heading to the whole Starfall Tower. And now, this is where I'm going to talk about something that we're missing a couple things. We are missing the background about Alicia and Salder or Sadia, whatever his name is. It's not what they put in here. I don't know what's going on. But basically, they have worked together. They kind of gone through their own... They went through basically training together almost. They know each other from their past. And they talk about how Salder, I know it was the whole thing with Salder running into Diablo was supposed to happen in the cafe, and we kind of should have saw the cat or animal people kind of talk about how they're afraid of the Holy Knight because he goes around and attacks them. He does not like those people. He thinks they are like demon worshippers, and I'm very upset that they didn't put that in. And the biggest thing that I'm really, really pissed off is in the beginning, because Alicia was supposed to actually talk with Edelgard, and you would see they're working together. And I don't know why they didn't put that, because that would be it was so good in the manga, and it's just really upsetting they're cutting stuff out that was really important. And I know people are like, oh, it's just a manga and an anime, but this episode was good, but I think it could have been so much better if they actually followed its source material to its core. But it didn't, and it kind of makes me upset, and I know people are like, oh, you're just complaining. No, as a person that has read ahead, I really want to see this stuff animated, and as I said, I'm a little upset with what they're doing with stuff, but they're still going with, I guess, the story. But hey, I can tell you what happens, but I'm not going to because I don't want to spoil that for you. But all you need to know is next episode is going to be a good episode, and it's going to be a hilarious episode. But anyways, guys, this is Austin the Doctor signing out. I hope you have a wonderful day. If you did like this video, smash that like button. If you are new here, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Share it with everyone. Post it on the, the telephone pole outside. I don't care. Don't do that, but don't be safe. But anyways, guys, this is Austin the Doctor signing out. Peace.